Good afternoon, welcome back to my channel. Today I visited JustMad Art Fair. It's a parallel art fair taking place at the same time as Arco, and this is not the first time I visited them. I was there 2 years ago and it was located in COAM, the building which now Urvanity is taking place, and now this time JustMad is at where Urvanity used to take place, so it's funny how these two swapped. This is the 10th edition JustMad Art Fair, and for this landmark, or let's say milestone 10th edition, I think this choice of location is slightly a little bit too small. Although it is located still in the city center, but it's significantly smaller than previously in COAM, and you can see the booths are all squeezed in, and I guess because so many galleries want to attend this 10th edition, so that they had a lot of business and they had to fit in everybody, and each booth is just super tiny, and because it's so squeezed it doesn't look as professional as when it was in COAM. And you can see the walls are cracked and some parts are not painted around the pillars. They should have painted it just before installing the dry walls, I guess. Each booth is just super small. You can touch both walls with just opening your palm, and it's smaller than the hotel room of Hybrid Art Fair. I'm not sure if it's a very good idea to make it so crowded. I talked with a gallerist from Lisbon. She told me although the booths are quite small, she is able to sell quite a few pieces thanks to the fame of the artist from Lisbon she represents. And in fact, this artist is also sold at Arco at the same time. And because another gallery is taking this artist to Arco, she doesn't want to try for the conflict of interest and for perhaps other reasons as well. And she chose JustMad. Her statement actually raises another point I tried to make. 3 years ago, when I first visited the website of JustMad, I saw this huge article with like large photo with a testimonial from a gallerist saying, "Last year I was in JustMad, this year I am in Arco," and is trying to say that JustMad is being a very good stepping stone to go to Arco, which is the most significant, important art fair in Southern Europe. I understand that JustMad is trying to say that it's such a great idea to come to JustMad if you're not selected by Arco, and it's like a secondary league. I would even call it the jealousy club, because you want to be selected by Arco, but when you are not, you had no choice but to come to JustMad. I respect that. I understand this is as a positioning in the market. However, you really shouldn't say that out loud in the front page as like the communication strategy, because as a communication strategy, you should say, we are different. We are a parallel art fair. We are alternative. Like we have perhaps a unique value. Perhaps you play on the style, on the location, on the niche market, whatever you want to play, but you shouldn't say you're the inferior little brother to the big event and you try to, collect the lost ones from the main event. This just sounds slightly sad for me, and it's sad for the exhibitor, sad for, everybody, and it's like, why people want to visit such a sad place? I talked with another artist association who rented just a desk, and the desk of a normal size of any desk at any home, and that desk costs over €1,000 for those days during this event. When I talked with them, and they told me that they look very down upon hybrid and saying hybrid is for amateur art students, and they are not such amateur, and they try to be at JustMad. But if you don't want to be amateur, okay, go to Arco. I mean, it's such kind of emotion I can't put into words, but this is something that slightly bothers me. You can play cool, you can play alternative, you can play underground, whatever you choose. It is a niche and it is a strategy, but really, playing inferior is not exactly a strategy. And there's another thing that bothers me slightly is the alcoholic sponsor, the sponsor that is an alcoholic beverage company. And you can see people walking around with their kids in their hand. In another hand is a glass of 13% alcoholic beverage. And for me, it's like, okay, it's good, but it's slightly too much for me. I know it's the weekend, it's the time you spend with art and family, why not with a glass? But it's like, When I was at Photo Paris in France, they were Pinot Ricard, which is a 50% alcoholic beverage company, as a sponsor, but they sponsored just a booth and they don't provide alcoholic beverage on site. You only see the logo and that's it. And for me to see people working with over 10% alcoholic beverage is slightly too much. Urvanity also has a sponsorship from Mao, and you can also see cans of beer around, but still it's 4%, okay? It's not 13%. There is still a slight difference. Again, this is just my own personal opinion. Perhaps in this country, people think differently and it's totally their freedom to do what they want. I'm just, stating what I think. Okay, tomorrow I try to visit another art fair. Perhaps it's Art Madrid, perhaps it is Urvanity. I will see what I can do. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video.